Wow, this place is a mess. Really need to fix it up. That's one of the many projects that I hope to show you here. And we live here in Península, Spain, in the Valencia community. And as you can see, it's very, very dry right now. Things are a bit of a mess, but slowly I'm making progress. Also, I have 2 carob trees to plant out. Here's the bird of paradise. And before all of that, let's feed the chickens. Starting to produce lots of figs. This is the one that produces latest in the season. A lot of wasps get to them first, but that's alright. 2 other fig trees. That one's really full. You can see here. Pick some of those later. This is the fig tree that produces earliest in the year. This year it was a little bit late. Over there I have several avocado trees protected by an electric fence. One already got killed by the wild boar. Feed inside of the chickshaw. We have for eggs. I don't have anything different, so I'll come back with it. So one thing I really want to fix is the watering system here. This is the main area that needs to be productive sometime. But as you can see, water spouts that are in disrepair and don't really work well. They leak. Here at the bottom you can see that one is just like watering the grass. Every time my neighbors water, all the extra comes out here. It leaks out here. Trying to put some pressure on there with the rocks to keep it closed, but it still leaks quite a bit. And it's watering this whole area. So a lot of waste in this old system. It needs to be fixed. Here's the water for the chicken. They're thirsty. Usually they'll come and take a drink right away. Nice new water. Oh, it's leaking. Let's see. Put it on a level spot. More rocks for my collection. These are mulberry trees that just sprouted up on their own. They're suffering with the drought, but they'll bounce back when the rains come. in fall. Fall and winter are usually our wettest time here on the Mediterranean coast. And also spring, but it depends on the year. This year it's been a very dry summer, like all over Europe, and you can really tell here. The chickens have been rotated up there and the furthest away from me. Up here they haven't touched anything, but now that it's so dry you really can't tell the difference. And I'm really interested to see the difference between where the chickens have been and where they haven't been when the rains come. Sometimes I collect rocks to build a wall. The whole perimeter isn't surrounded by a wall except for this one here next to our neighbors, which is abandoned. A lot of wild boar come in there from the other side where the fence is in disrepair. And over here is my rock pile. Hopefully one day I can do something with it. Make a stone wall here. It's just sort of an improvised wall now. Here's the future location of our water tank. I'm gonna raise it up as high as I can. First I'll use those rocks as filler for that cement. Here's the water tank, its temporary location. And eventually I'd like to capture water from the roof. Build up this little rock wall I have on this bed, if you can call it a bed. There's the rock wall I'm building up, and then I'll surround the bird of paradise with rocks, similar to this banana plant over here. I'd like to have this area sort of like my tropical zone. It's really dry right now, but I could have some bamboo over there where the fence line is and the road is. Give a bit more privacy to the area. This Spanish dagger here, if I plant it in the ground, it will thrive. But I have to be careful with that because it really is a dagger. Oh, and I have another bird of paradise, a small one here. So let's see if this area takes form here for the next couple of years. Once I take out the pot. It's about the right size. Okay, go for a little bit lower stuff. See if I can find a tool to split up that bird of paradise. Let's see. This old handsaw will do it. How's that one? Yeah. Ripped off the root. Maybe it would survive if you tried to pot it up. Pups. I just break up the root ball. Never know what you'll find. The nursery, I left an old tag in there. It's styrofoam. Not exactly the best practices, but it's alright. Separate plant. I'm going to leave those to grow on at home. This one will grow huge here. I've seen several of them. These other pups I'm going to leave on. I've seen several of these here in the area and they get humongous. I'll be able to give them enough water. They really get ripped up by the wind. And this is a very windy area. I know it's not the best spot for it, but once I get some bamboo in there, eventually it'll be protected a bit more. And for now, it's just gonna get tattered in the winter months from the cold wind. We always get a cold wind coming up off of those mountains there from the west. Mediterranean's over there. You see all the buildings next to the sea. I'm gonna get some pruners, secateurs, or secateurs.
Secateurs.
Prune off of those dead leaves from the bird of paradise. This is my bad pair. I'm gonna go get the good pair. Let's see, where is that? This is why I need to organize. You never know where anything is. Oh, there they are. I'm going to trim up this other bird of paradise. The one with the orange or red flower. I hardly ever water these, and they really do suffer. But I want to get my plants really resilient because there's so much drought around here, and they do alright. I mean, it could have grown a lot more the years it's been here in the ground, but if I get some drip irrigation or another tank to have drip irrigation for just about everything, we'll be watered more regularly then. There's an old flower. I'm just going to pot up the bird of paradise, these failed potted plants. I think they just dried out while I was on holiday. Styrofoam, put that in there. I know it's not the best practice to reuse potting soil, but these plants weren't in there very long, and I don't have any potting soil on hand, so see if this one takes root. It doesn't have any roots left, I doubt it. I don't know why I keep putting these stones. You're not supposed to put stones at the bottom of pots. I learned that It helps with drainage. And then I saw some more information saying that it's horrible for them. I guess I didn't learn my lesson. The wild boar did my little bed wall. Completely destroyed it. It doesn't take much to rebuild it though. I'm gonna do the best thing about keeping chickens, collecting their eggs. Something interesting about this chickshaw is that a friend of mine and I made it completely out of reclaimed material from a storm that happened in 2019 called Gloria here on the Mediterranean coast. A lot of the beach infrastructure got washed up and the city hall didn't do much with it. It was just laying there for years and years, for a year or so. So one day we decided to go make use of it. And the roofing I found here in this area, nobody was using it. So here's our eggs. Let's get them. I have a few eggs here, 5. These ones are the white variety. You see the difference? With these ones, it's ripe, but that one's dark purple. That's all for today. Got some figs, some eggs, planted bird of paradise tree. I hope you liked the video. See you again soon.